After posting my last Brompton basic cleaning video, I've got a lot of support and words of encouragement from you guys, and I really feel grateful and thank you for supporting me, and especially my close few cycling kakis friends. So they actually passed me their bikes and for cleaning services. So this is Ada's bike, Ada's shocking pink. It's a P bar. I'm not sure whether we still have P bar today. It's a P6R, and this is Timothy's bike. It's an M6L, and this is Mimin's bike, and it's a P bar as well, P6R as well, but in Turkish green. This is desert sand, and Ada pretty much keep everything original except the easy wheel and the saddle. And whereas Timothy mod quite a bit, we got a titanium bar here and a new brake lever, nice extension for the easy wheel at the back there. It's a titanium seat post and a different saddle, and as well as a MKS quick release pedal. And Min means Turkish green P6R bike. She pretty much kept everything original except the batik that she wrapped herself. Okay, I'll set up the bike stand and then we'll start by dismantling the bike first, and from there I'll go into the details. There are a few things to highlight that which will be different from my previous videos. Perhaps you can see a slight difference between the model and what are the things that after they mod. And I want to change the cassette for Mimin as well, so that will be the focus for this video. Alright, we'll start with Timothy's bike. Okay, this is a Model M bar. It's a titanium, and he mod the brake lever as well. It's a bit stiff. Then L is stand for the rear mudguard instead of the rack, so it's M6L. Okay, we'll start by assessing the bike first. Okay, and let's go into the details. The chain is still okay, it's still good. There's a missing link. That's the connector, which we call missing link, so it makes my life easier. And the gear is in very good condition. It's not worn out. So for the cassette as well, the cassette is also good. So it's actually very clean. But we'll take it out and then do a good loop and then clean up the frame a bit and the seat post a little bit. This is modification titanium seat post. Alright, let's start. Take out the wheels and stuff. Okay, we'll start with the front wheel. But first, let's turn this around. Okay, as mentioned in the previous videos, the front wheel is actually a size 15 nut. So you just use a size 15 wrench to do. So just simply loosen this and the other side as well. So you see, you don't need to take out the whole thing. You can dislodge the hinge. And same for here as well. As long as this thing is out, then it's fine. Yeah. Then you can simply just remove the wheel. Oh, okay. So I should actually loosen this, but I don't want to do this since I have pump. So what I'll do is I'll simply just let go the air, and then later I'll just pump it back. Alright, I'll release the air. Screwdriver to help. Alright, that should do. But then we have to remove this because this is a mudguard version. So the mudguard actually ties to this hinge. So just unlock this. And there we go. Off go the front wheel. Okay, I'll leave the mudguard intact because I can already wash everything here. Yeah, just need a bit of brush off will do. Then next is the chain. Let's remove the chain first. Same thing, where's the missing link? Okay, first we need to identify where the missing link is, then drop the tension. As long as the tension is gone, okay, then we can easily unbutton this. Okay, I'll do this with the help of a plier. That's where the missing link is. Just a clip will do, then simply just take this thing out. Then we want to remove this, the tensioner. One nut here, simply loosen it. Okay, and then we want to loosen the nut this side as well. Right, it's loosened. Okay, I'll take out the tensioner first. Alright, once we take out the tensioner, then there's still a bolt inside here. So we should actually loosen this. And we let go the air. And simply lift it up. I'm wondering what happened to the lock hinge. It's not there, so it might not be a good thing. And the pedal simply just MTS, so quick release. And this side as well, take out the lock. Right, and here we go. Ooh, quite dirty. Okay, now we can do some cleaning. Okay, since it's starting to rain, so I shift everything inside. Welcome to my shed. Okay, before we do the diesel, remember in the last video I actually mentioned that I actually recycled the diesel. So it has been about 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So all the dirty stuff which I washed off from the previous change already settled in. Okay, that's how it is. It actually settled down. So what I'll do is I'll pour away the top and clean the bottle. Clean the dirty stuff off. That's bottle 1 and this is the next bottle. As you can see, the dirty stuff and especially the side of the bottle as well. You'll see how clean it is. So you can continue to keep reusing. So to pour this out, simply just open up and you have to be careful. Don't want to disturb whatever that settlements that you have below. So just pour it like that. But a little bit is fine. Okay, I think that's it. So I left a bit like that. So you can see that it's actually quite dirty. And then you see how clear this is. So this is actually good to reuse. So I'll use this to wash the 3 bikes chain. Right, then with this, I'll simply just pour to a dirty cloth and then use the whatever toilet roll or kitchen towel to wipe the side. Then the bottle is good to reuse. I found a better way. I'll simply just pour it onto my dog's pee pad. Then since I'm going to throw it away, so let the diesel absorb it. Then that's how the bottle looks like. Pretty clean. The rest can hardly come out, so I'll just leave it. So this one probably I'll do another round of rub. Toilet roll. Go inside and take a screwdriver and then just turn it like that. That's it. It won't come out. I think that's enough. So whatever that I have on my used dog's pee pad, I'll just fold it up and discard it into the bin. Okay, now with the clean diesel, I'll just use a funnel, which I got off Daiso. This is also from Daiso. Just pour it in. Now I'm ready to use again. So where's Timothy's chain? Here we go. Here's Timothy's chain. Yeah, I just took out just now. So just gonna give it a good shake. See, immediately it turned black. So all the grease and dirt and stuff all comes out. Very effective way. Leave it aside. Now I'm ready to clean the rest of the stuff. I'll start with the tire first, the rim. His rim is not as dirty as mine, so a light wash and then it's more like to clean it up, wipe it up nicely. That will do. So I just use the diesel directly to clean off the edge for all the spokes. Give it a good rub. Now I start to rain. Alright, I've done cleaning this. So what I want to do is I want to loop it immediately. So and let it settle in. So where's my T9? Right, I'll use a T9 loop for Timothy. Alright, let it settle in a bit. Now the wheel. Right, this one got a bit of cleaning to do. Take some diesel on the sprocket, because that's where I want to clean it. I'm just giving it a good rub and then I'm gonna loop it. You want to loop it at where the joint is, especially the part that you've done. Yeah, you don't need to loop the gear and stuff because the chain will be looped. So that's where you loop one, and this side is this in between where the bearing is. Okay, so let it sit in and go into the bearing a while. Alright, that should do. This one don't need to grease, this one don't need to loop, we'll use grease for this. Now, the chain tensioner, not very dirty actually compared to mine. Mine is a lot dirtier. I think Timothy washed it. So same thing. I can use water to wash these, but I don't want to, so I'll use diesel to scrub through. Right, when you clean, make sure that all the in-between places, especially in between the joints, you want to clean it thoroughly. And they'll trap dirt and sand for sure. So maybe use something to take it out. Hey, very careful. Go away. Alright, done. Right, I basically just dig out all the dirt. So that's where the dirt is. Very little dirt. So Timothy keep his bike well. Very well in fact. And then I want to look where all the rotating places, all the connected places. Especially these. Yeah. The joints. Okay, that should do. For the pedal, pedals are actually quite well sealed. It's a very hardy parts. So we'll just give it a good rub off the dirty grease first. We still need to brush a bit. Right. Compare between these two. See? Okay, and now I can loop this. Again, whatever that can come off already come off, yeah? Loop the edge where it turns. Very well built. Highly recommended, MKS. Yeah. It's not for the weight we need, because if you really want light one, then you probably have to either spend a fortune or you can go for cheaper parts like Light Pro. I mix between the parts, like seat post and my handlebar. I use a carbon Light Pro. Light Pro is a cheaper brand, but it serves the purpose. It's not a highly stressed parts like pedal. So for pedals, I tend to go for something cost a bit. Not very, doesn't cost me my whole wallet, but MKS is actually in between. It's actually good enough. Japanese made. Made in Japan, and it's very well built, very sturdy. It's been many years we use this. It's still very good. See? Oh, very heavy rain. Well, we'll just do our stuff inside. So I left with one more pedal. Okay, now we're going to clean the main part. So I'll start with the crank first. Chain ring. That's the time when you check the chain ring. Still very good. Still better than mine actually. So I need some diesel. Just enough to dissolve the dirt. Yeah, you don't need to put hell a lot. Just a bit. Okay, give it a good rub. Whatever that can come off is already coming out. Else, whatever that stays means that it probably not so easy to come out unless you use auto sew or whatever. Then again, that is actually grinding away the metal, so I don't suggest you use that. So do this for every single teeth. So this is a 54 teeth chain ring. So 54 times. The joint here as well, near the pedal. It's all this thing. Comes off nicely. Alright, for the pedal I'm going to use this instead. Spray. Aerosol spray. Right, we're done cleaning the basic part. Whatever that would come out already come off. Okay, and this one is lubed already, so it's smooth as butter now. Okay, we'll put back, take out the chain, and then fix the chain in and everything. Okay, Timothy's bike is M2EX actually. M2LX. M for handlebar. 2 is 2 speed, it's not 6 speed. I made a mistake just now, it's a 2 speed. And L is for the mudguard, there's mudguard. He didn't take out the mudguard, and there's X means that it's titanium fork and titanium triangle. So to put this thing back, okay, simply just drop this here. Make sure that the sprocket part is actually with the tensioner. That's how it should go. Then we want to make sure that it sits well. And then tighten this first nut first. Okay, the other side. Right, the other side, same thing. Put it in the washer and put in the nut. And simply tighten it. Next thing to go in is the tensioner. So this will fit in this way. Yeah, full speed is a lot simpler. Just make sure that this sits in over. See, it just fit in. Then simply take the washer nut and the nut. Washer nut will hold this in place, and then plus this nut. Okay, just tighten this over. I mentioned not too tight so that you don't want to crack your this tensioner because it's plastic. Although it's good, very good grade plastic, but over tighten this will crack the thing, so we don't want to do that. So we want to be careful with that. Okay, the last thing, the exciting part, our chain. It's actually not that dirty compared to mine. Even this is actually not really that dirty, so it's good. Right, let's give it a good rub off the visor. Chain is still very good. Okay, as I mentioned in the previous video, the chain want to go through this, so simply just have this here. Okay, and then come through this triangle here, in between this. Okay, just let it rest somewhere here, so that we can fix the missing link. Okay, the missing link clip is in, so simply put it in and then give it a pull. Don't be so hard. Alright, it's in. Okay, just give it a pull, it should be in. Yep, we'll get the clips on. That's it. Now put this back to the chain ring. And lastly, the tensioner goes in. And do a test. Okay, the last thing to go in is the front wheel. Now I won't mix it up because this hook is actually meant for this clip. So I know that surely it's like that. Okay, if yours is this with the mudguard, so you make sure that the hook goes in first, followed by this, and followed by the washer, and followed by the nut. That's the order. Yeah, the hook, the washer, the nut. And this one, you want to put it inside the hook. Alright, Timothy's part is done. Just want to make sure that everything's okay, especially the shifter. Still raining non-stop. Alright, we'll continue with second bike, Ada's bike. So let's access the bike first. Cat fur, that's fine. Yeah, the joints, yeah, okay, they look okay. A bit of rust. You might not be able to clear that. Yeah, pedal is quite. Yeah, we'll do a good wash. Yeah. The tensioner. Alright, yeah, a bit of rust here. I want to take this thing out to show you how to remove this for a normal Brompton seat post, so that if you want to change the seat post, you know how to do it. Okay, we'll go ahead and take this thing out first. Okay, to remove this, the stock seat post, it goes from the bottom. So what we need to do is we need to remove the saddle. This saddle is released by this Allen key. Yeah, just release the tension. Then once this is loosened, you don't need to loosen it all the way. As long as you can do this, you can simply just glide the whole thing out. Yeah, that's it. Then you can simply flip it around. Alright, so that's how you take out from the bottom. We'll probably give it a
light scrub. See if the rust will go away. It's heavy actually. This is, if you want to cut your weight for your Brompton, this will be one of the first thing to go. You can change it to an aluminium one, which I had it on these funny saddles. Okay, I can get it online. It's actually pretty cheap. I can change it to this or the carbon one of Light Pro, which I dropped the link in my website below. Okay, the drill is the same. Okay, without bike stand, we're still gonna remove this, and take out the chain. And you notice that this washer thing is slightly different, the clip. This is for the P bar. Yeah, for this we have to remove all the way because of the mudguard. It's actually go in all the way here. So we take this thing out first. And I'm gonna put it back here. So this thing just come out by itself. Yeah, a lot of cat fur. Ooh, I gotta release the air, same thing. Because I don't want to touch the brake. So I release the air with the help of a plier. Okay, it's good. Just lift it up. Lift it aside. Ooh, the mudguard really needs some cleaning. Chain tensioner go out first. To release this. Followed by the chain. I think for the good cleaning, we want to remove the chain guard. Okay, this is slightly different. It's a clip-on. So which is actually a lot easier. Alright, just take it out. Yeah, just clip on. Okay, gonna release this tensioner by screwing this and then let this thing come out. It depends on how humid your place is. Some places is really humid, so you'll get more rust. But it's actually okay to get some rust because these are steel pipe. Yeah? Just that we want to prolong the lifespan. So which is why try to minimize riding in wet condition, like especially rain or after rain. Yeah. Or when you wash your bike, okay, make sure that if you use water, okay, make sure that you dry it properly. That's the reason why I use diesel, because diesel is more like an oil rather than a fuel. So after you after you wash it, yeah, it actually stick on to the parts. So it act like a protective layer for a while, like at least. Yeah, so it actually prevent your bike from getting rust that fast. So that's why I like to use diesel. But it's actually okay to have a bit of rust, just that not nice lah. Wow. Okay. This one I need to dig the cat fur out. I'll show you the details. See this? Yeah. This side is okay. Yeah, we can do a good cleanup. Do this off a dustbin. It's a lot easier. Wow, there's a lot of dirt and sand. An old toothbrush will do the job. Yeah, a lot better. See how clean this is. The wonder of used toothbrush. Yeah, don't need to go and buy any special brush. That will do. The amount of dirt that came out from there. See? Finally, we're going to work on the bike frame itself. Okay, we'll always start with the body first, and then the chain ring, and then the last is the mudguard. Okay, careful, a lot careful. Ada's chain ring is a bit worn, still can use, but I think it's about time to hunt for a new one. Maybe should change together with the pedal and the crank. Yeah, change to something, I don't know, Shimano or something. Yeah, it's a bit worn. It's still not as sharp as knife, it doesn't cut yet, but compared to Timothy's one, this one is a bit worn.
pedal, especially the joint. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner now. Between here, we're gonna leave auto space. And this super heavy pedal, the left side. All cleaned up. Anyway, this pedal is a bit malfunction really. It should actually snap, yeah? It should actually hold here. But I think the spring mechanism doesn't work anymore. Still can use lah, but yeah. I'll pester her to hunt for one. Anyways, it weighs like a brick, so it's really very heavy. By the way, this is a earlier model's crank. I think 2012 if I'm not mistaken. The earlier model crank looks like this. Then after that they changed to the standard crank so that you can change the chain ring easily. This one, if you want to change the chain ring, you have to change the whole crank. About time to change a new chain also. Maybe when she get her new chain ring, new pedal, and we'll probably change a new set of chain for her together. Let's see the condition. Alright, clean mudguard, everything clean. Chain ring, wheel mudguard. Let's fix this, the front wheel. Okay, the washer and the clip, because the washer actually comes with a clip. You can see the clip here. The other clip has to go into that hole, right? And then the nut. Same for this side. Okay, the nut comes out, washer comes out. Right, this one will need to clip into this hole, clip into the hole, and this thing go in, and after that the washer and the nut. I gotta do this with both hands. Now for the rear wheel. Make sure the top, see it says top, yeah, make sure this top goes to the top, which is that side. They're both the same, and the other pair also, there's a top here, make sure it goes here. Yeah, that's how you want to do for this side. Go through this hole and sits all the way. Make sure it catch the groove and sits inside. Yeah. For both sides, the other side as well. And make sure it clip in. That's what holding the wheel together. Then we can tighten the nut outside. Go through here. You better grease it first. Grease using this grease, or you can have those grease that we use for motorbike or car. That's good. Yeah, anything that you can good for car is okay for bicycle. Yeah, don't need to specially buy for bicycle or whatever. If you can get some things that use for airplane, is even better. Ready to grease this thing as well. Alright, do a test. If the brake is okay. Yep, this is a brush. Makes my life easier. I'll mount it on the power tool. Dustbin. Okay. You remove the rust, but it doesn't put the chrome, so that's good. Okay, we'll use Autoso to polish this. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit a while. Alright, no more rust, gone. Yeah, there's some rust inside, but at least this part is gone. So I'm gonna protect it with some grease. Just a very light grease at the bottom of it. Okay, I'm using the cloth to apply it. Okay, the thing is that we don't want to be interfering with the clipper, this part. So what I'll do now is I'll just put this thing back in from the bottom. Then we'll just put this ring back, and then we'll tighten it with this. Anyway, you can adjust along the way when we go cycling. Okay, I'll test it. Okay, now the bike is done. This is the third bike, Nimi's bike. It's a P bar, P6R. Pretty much original condition. I think the only thing she probably changed is the bar tape because the bar tape worn out. Everything is original. So we will access the bike, the condition first. Okay, same as Ada's one. This is an old crank. I think 2012 or 2013 crank. After that, they came out with a new crank. The chain is actually quite set. Yeah, we need to change a new chain, but I don't have a chain now. So probably we'll order and change together with Ada's bike. Yeah, everything rusty. Can use a good scrub. And the seat post is good. Yeah, I'll use auto sole to polish a bit. The rest are just dirty. Yeah, diesel will do the job. Okay, I'm gonna take out everything. Whoa. It's quite rusty. And the stopper. The stopper screw is very tiny. We will not want to lose this. So I put it in a metal plate like this. Tensioner. Can use a good scrub. Yeah, toothbrush will do. Still very well greased. Okay, now it's loosened up. Alright, rear wheel out. Now let's remove the chain. Same thing, there's a quick release here. I'll use a plier, it's easier. The chain is very dry and it's rusty because it's not lubed properly. So we'll scrub first before we dip it inside the diesel. Last thing to go is the seat post. To take out the stock seat post, you just have to release this nut and it loosen this. Then you can simply glide this out. Set it out. Seat post go out from the top. Like that. Oh, can use a bit of scrub also. There's a bit of rust here. The stop pump, I don't know whether it still comes with this. Okay, we'll start the washing now. Okay, for this bike, I'm going to scrub off this using the brass scrub. Alright, good. All the rust are removed. So I'll use auto sole to do the last polishing. First. Alright, we'll let it sit a while. Next, I want to brush off the chain before I soak it into the diesel. The rust comes off the chain pretty easily, so probably I'll just do this. Alright, one side done. Most of the rust are actually removed. So compared to this side, we'll scrub this side. The chain is pretty worn out actually. So when I already ordered a new chain for a few of us, then when the new chain arrived, so I'll just swap for you guys. Now we just do the basic washing. The basic, just brushing off, clean out, lube the thing properly, yeah, so that we can continue to ride. And the missing link too, the connector. So as I mentioned in the previous video, that 7-speed chain only costs a few dollars. If you want a better one, maybe go to a bike shop and then get maybe at $25, $30 or even $40. So it might be worthwhile to just buy a new one and replace rather than go through all this hassle. Yeah? Well, I'm going to change a new chain for all my friends when the new chain arrives. I already ordered them. So soak it into diesel to clean up the whatever in between stuff before we lube the thing together with the other two bikes. The diesel that I used yesterday, you see just one night how fast the dirty stuff sinks to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it over the cleaner part to the other bottle. Then this dirty stuff, I'm just going to throw it away. Let's get some really dirty cloth, which is dirty enough. Okay, I'm just going to soak this. Soak all the diesel out. You can throw this away, and I have a clean enough bottle to use again. Alright, the chain goes in, get a good buff. Alright, then they settle it for really need a good loop. It's already all dry up. Yeah, it's already a loop when we fix it in. Mimi wants to change the sprocket, so she already bought the new one. So we'll change the new sprocket. To remove the sprocket, there's a pin here. Yeah, just make sure one side is up first. Then it's easy to just do this. Here's out the pin. Right, and the disc is simply just go in place like that. The groove one is always inside. Okay, it's worn out already, so we don't want this. Then there's a spacer in between. And the last one. Oh, this one is sharp. Oh my god. So sharp means that it's worn out. Yeah, so it's time to change. So later we'll just change this. This one we don't want already. Because we already have a new set, we'll wash everything clean, and then after that we'll fix the new one back. That's how our new sprocket is. Okay, this one I should remove as well. So it comes in a pack like this. Small chain rings, bigger one, small sprocket and bigger sprocket, and with the chain, the guard and the pin, as well as the spacer should be inside. Yeah, the spacer is there. Yeah. And it costs $27 from Brompton Junction. Okay, it's 27, maybe $30 or 30 all lah. It's about there. Yeah. Later we'll fix the new one in after we do a thorough cleaning for this. New sprocket. I grease a bit here because I'm going to put the sprocket in, and I actually loop here because this is the turning part. Oh, they still use such a good grade plastic nowadays. It's rare to find. Okay, this one goes in. Okay, there's a big one. There's a bigger hook. And the big one, where's the big one? Oh, I go for the small one. Right, there we go. Followed by the big chain ring. Big one, flat one goes behind. And the one with marking in front. Same thing. It's a small teeth here, so we'll fit into the small teeth. Follow with the spacer. And lastly, the sprocket. The one with the groove, with a step, will goes inside. Same thing. There's a small tooth, okay, small tooth. Here like that, and the pins. The pin that hold them in place, this will go in. I will need 2 pliers for this. This will be a pin. Right, I'm gonna fit in. Okay, next we want to remove the autosole. So I'll use the dirty cloth to wipe it off first. And then with the cleaner cloth. Alright, all rust is gone. Right, I have to protect the thing with some grease. Okay, let me clean the autosole off thoroughly. Okay, let's protect it with some grease so that it doesn't rust again. Alright, lightly clean the excess, dip away, and then after that we will just apply the grease to the whole pipe. Yep. That's it. Okay, we'll use a bit of diesel. Alright, good. Just loop it. Alright, let's it a while. We're ready to pick up the chain. Alright, we'll leave the chain later when we fix onto the bike. Okay, the first thing I'll clean is the chain ring. Okay, for the mudguard, alright, because it's dusty, okay, and it's plastic, even the rivet is actually, I don't think that's steel, that's probably aluminum. So what I will do is, I'll use the brush to simply brush it off. Then after that, I'll use this with a bit of dishwashing liquid, just a little bit, and just to brush it off. Then after that, I'll just simply wipe it off with a dry cloth. It's quite dirty, but it's alright. So this, I'll just sweep it down. Then after that, I'll use the brush. There's already some dishwashing liquid, so simply just brush it in without touching the steel part. When you clean this, make sure you flip this out, and you'll notice that it trapped a lot of dirt, so you want to clean this part as well, so the dirt will just come out. Flip this part. Alright, front part done. Let's do the rear wheel. Okay, it's equally dirty. You see, this kind of brush actually fits the groove just nice. Yeah, I think you can get it anywhere lah, this brush. I can't even remember where I got it from. Maybe some of those $2 shops. Yeah, that's it. Brush it here. Okay, now we see how clean this is. Really clean. As your bike age, you will tend to get some scratches here and there, so it's inevitable. That's okay. Especially the part there where the cable tension pull. The constant rub over years and you'll get some scratch marks. And especially this part, this is where the folding is, where the hook is. So just leave with it. Or if you don't want, then maybe you will buy those transparent stickers and decal will just stick over it to protect the frame. You can do that if you want. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the excess. Now we're ready to fix everything back. Okay, plastic, not so tight. Okay, as long as this one doesn't shake, that will do. Not too tight. The gear stopper. Set it to the topmost gear. And then make sure that when you tighten, it doesn't pull. Okay, the tension is there, but it doesn't pull. That will do. Okay, see, a bit loose, but there's tension there. So that when we pull it to the second gear and pull it to the first gear, this thing will go. Yeah. Use the stopper to lock this. Okay, we'll adjust this later, but usually that's the rule of thumb. As long as it's tight but it doesn't pull, that will do. Yeah. Yep, that should do. Okay, now goes the chain. Okay, we'll put in first before we loop the chain for the other 2 bikes as well. So all 3 bikes will loop together. Okay, I'll loop quite a lot. So I need to remove some of the grease excess, especially the extra one, so it doesn't splash all over your leg, splash all over the bike and dirty it again. I almost forget one last thing, seat post. Okay, goes in from the bottom and come out from the top. Right, that's how the stock seat post is. You'll stop at the stopper, so you won't be able to pull it out anymore. So roughly like that, we just lock this so that we can mount this. I want to put some grease for her. Okay, this is a Brooks B17, I think. Yeah, it's B17 Brooks. It looks very nice, very classic. Some people swear by it. Yeah, you can get it. I think I dropped a link in my website under the video, but not so much for me. Yeah. Okay, when you put the seat back, make sure that it's actually horizontal, especially when you put it on the floor. So roughly, yeah, that's about it. This one you want it really tight, so that it doesn't drop down. Okay, that should do. Okay, I clean out a bit and then we can go for a test.